new things here, a new program. How do you feel like the adjustment's going for you?
It's going great. It's going great. It's the best group I've been a part of. We're gelling great. I just love playing with these guys and learning how to make the team successful with them.
How excited are you for late night at White and kind of getting out in front of the Hornet fans tonight at White Auditorium?
I'm very excited. I've never done anything like it. Looking to see what kind of fans come out and how loud they can get in there.
Obviously, your first game is going to be on Sunday against Wichita State. Certainly the focus this time of year is a lot more about you than what the Shockers are going to do. How prepared do you guys feel like you are to put yourself out there against the Division I opponent?
Oh, like you said, we're focused on us, but we do have to execute the game plan and the scouting report and just, do what we've been taught by Coach and use our intangibles to hopefully come out with the win.
Vince. Parker, like you said, you guys are gelling really well. You guys have been able to, practice a lot and a lot of new different faces and you coming over from a new program. So what's that like when, you're meshing so well and what's made you guys mesh so well in such quick time?
I think a lot of us have very different play styles, but very complementary at the same time. So a lot of us play off of the other very nicely, and always works out pretty well.
And for you, man, Coach B, I met him at MIAA Media Day a couple of weeks ago. It just seems like an energetic guy, seems like just, a guy that you want to play for. Was that something that, or a coach that you saw yourself playing for when you committed to this program?
Oh, definitely. Coach B's energy, he brings it every day, and, players just feed off of that, and it's always good. Always good to have a coach with that energy.
And when you play a D1 program like Wichita State, what do you think that will show your program? Right? It's an exhibition, doesn't count towards your record, but what do you think this game will show you guys as a team?
I think, you'll go against some very skilled teams. Even at the Division II level, there's very skilled teams and players, and I think this will just set us up very nicely. They have a lot of size, and that'll just help us in the long run playing against that.
And how fun or how good do you think this group can be when when the season starts here in a couple days? And how good do you think this group can be?
I think the sky's the limit. Like I said, we're gelling well, playing well. Shots will fall. We're just getting ready to go here.
In terms of the progress you guys have made so far, how do you feel like you guys are coming along here in the preseason camp?
I don't know where we're at. We everything is so new, and the three kids that came with us were only with us for a year. So it's just the uniqueness of the newness to me. Our teams have always been good when they're juniors and seniors more often than not. We've always kind of got a system and all of that. I'll say this, kids are working hard. They believe in what we're doing. It's a lot to learn. It's a very, the curve is incredible right now. And to think that we're trying to get ready to prepare and play a team like Wichita State when we're still just hoping they can remember our baseline out of bounds and sets, day to day, it's kind of an interesting place to be in. I'm still glad we have the game. Looking forward to that, but I can tell you way more about our team than I can Wichita State right now because we're still such a work in progress. But attitudes are great, good group of young men, and I do think, as long as we keep them doing what they have to do, this team will be way different in January than it's going to be in November.
You've had a long career here, and, with your years of experience, I maybe think a lesser experienced coach, if they didn't know where their team was, maybe that would make them nervous. How do you feel about not knowing exactly where your team is? Does that make you more nervous at this stage of your career, or are you more excited about the possibilities?
First, you said I've had a long career here. I'm sorry, it seems I've been here so long since April, Blake. So maybe I think our guys feel like I've had a long career here because practice hasn't always been all that much fun every day. It's what we do, and it's the most fun thing that we do. I actually like the unknowing and not sure anything of where we're at. I also like to see your teams improve and get better as the year goes on. It's fun to see them get better each week, and I think we do that. I do think that they're getting more used to what we do. Everything we do is different than what they're accustomed to, and that's okay. I've changed a little bit too. Maybe I'm not quite maybe as many sets in, as many plays. Maybe our defense is 4-ball screen defenses versus 7. I wouldn't say we've dummied it up at all. That's not the right word. But I'd say we've toned it down a little bit and try to really learn just a few things as well as we possibly can versus trying to get everything in and not know anything. And in the end, all I care about is these guys play hard and that they are comfortable enough to go out and play. Once they're out there, they got to play, make plays, we'll fix stuff in film. Until then, they really and truly just have to have a cheat sheet, just a little bit of a framework, and then be able to just go out and play and do what it is that they do best.
Vince.
Coach B, I know you mentioned that you're learning so many different guys, you're learning so many different new things about this program, and who, if you can identify them, who do you think are going to be those leaders that can step up right away and hopefully, would say, have you back off per se, but who could be those leaders that can help you when, times get tough or as this new program, begins here in a couple days?
It's an interesting question, Vince, because I'll tell you why. If you look through the history, we don't change our starting lineup much. I like roles and I like them defined. If you're the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th player, I like you to know that. If you're the 5th, maybe the 6th, depending on, but we don't change our lineup very often. This year, that lineup might not even be the same 2 times in a row. And it's just how it is. And so, to see where we're at, to say who our best players are, who surprised me the most, any of that. Obviously I have 3 guys that came with me. I'm more familiar with them, but I wouldn't say that they've necessarily, just been heads and tails above everybody else. I also would say those 3 guys have done an outstanding job of being a part of the team with everyone. And they do know part of our culture is a really positive, successful locker room. That's just huge for us. And I think right now we're doing everything from that to learning our basic offense, to learning 2 or 3 plays, to learning how we defend. Some of these guys, I don't think I've ever heard of transition defense. I mean, they're learning that. We've got a lot of things and a lot of that we're still finding out. I'm 2 weeks past on something, just assuming they know something that they don't, that probably would have been helpful to put in 2 weeks earlier. It's just a big game and a puzzle right now. Again, enjoy it, but I have zero idea how good we are. I'm not just saying that. I don't know. I enjoy my guys. I enjoy being around them. They're good. They're working hard, but I don't know if we're any good.
And, Coach, when you look at a team like yours and so many different moving pieces and what you're able to do with this team, when you play a Division I program like Wichita State, what do you think this will, again, there's a count towards your record, but what can this game show you as a coach when you kind of see what you guys have, obviously, before the regular season starts?
I'm glad we've only won one of these games in my entire career against a Division I school, so I'm glad they don't count against your record. I've played plenty of them. It's funny. I'm gonna change the question to a certain extent because you bring up a great point. When we play these games, it's really important to me that we do well enough or do things that help Coach Mills and Wichita State get better for their season. It's really important to me. Just like when we did, we've had some close scrimmages or we'll play an exhibition game maybe against a D3 school or something. I hope that school helps us get better. But we take this very serious. I told him, we've already told him what we're going to do. I'm not going to surprise him, and I'm not there to try to upset them or beat them and throw a zone at them that they have never seen or anything like that. I want them to get better, and I appreciate the opportunity. This is good for our recruiting. It's good for our fan base, and it's fun for our guys to get to go up there and play against a team of that level, that caliber, and against a very good coach and staff. So, when you talk about all of that and put it all together, all of these types of situations, games, things that you do in the exhibition type year, to play a team of that caliber at this point of the year, they've been practicing since June. They had summer practices and everything else. Thank God we didn't. I wouldn't have a team. We're all hurt right now. If we'd been going since June, I'd be playing, 2 trainers, a manager, myself, and that you don't want to see that. So we, probably for where we're at this point of the year, the best thing about this game for us, it'll be a good measuring stick, but it's just fun to be preparing for a game, teaching our guys how to prepare for a game. This is how we scout and get to go play somebody other than just been playing against each other since, late September, really. We get 4 hours a week. We use those as practices as much as we could. And so the season does seem maybe a little bit longer, especially when you don't play for almost a month and a half.
And one last thing I have, Coach, is the team, since we talked at MIAA Media Day, have they responded differently? Are they asking you more questions, or are you asking them more questions? What's that been like in, 2 weeks ago now or something like that? What's been different maybe from just those past 2 weeks that the last time we talked to you?
No, you're right. And Eastern Illinois football team had a couple good weeks in there a little bit too here and there. So the last 2 weeks has been interesting since we last talked. It's all been very positive, Vince. I really like these guys. When I say I don't know how good we are or whatever, I'm just honest. I don't really, when we're good, I let people know. The year we won the national championship, I thought we were pretty good. I don't downplay things or be pessimistic. I'm honest. And so right now, we're not as good as we're going to be. I love our guys. I think every week, every day, they come to get better. They believe in what we're doing. They're just trying to learn it. And so, Parker alluded to it too. It's a good group. And it's a group that wants to win. They want to win together. It's funny. Right now, every single one of them think they're going to play 40 minutes on Sunday, And so I kind of got them in a good spot right now. Now, obviously, a few of them are going to have a rude awakening. But, right now, they're all thinking they're starters. I haven't even defined that yet. I haven't even put a starting group together. We haven't even practiced that way. And so I know this sounds kind of. I want to help Wichita get better. I'd love to go. I hope we play our tails off. I'm really trying to get ready for Wayne State, Northern State, and for the deal that we got coming up in a couple of weeks up in St. Joe's. Those are regional ramification. I know it seems funny to be talking about NCAA tournament with a brand new team who right now I don't even know if we can beat Emporia High School, and that's not a shot at Emporia High. We are in a situation right now where we're figuring it out and getting better, but we have in the next couple of weeks pretty important weekend coming up. Having said that, we don't want to embarrass ourselves. We want to give a great effort, and we want to do the best that we can on this Sunday. But you said it and you started it. We're 0-0 after Sunday, baby, and that's good for us, and that's all I care about. So, and we very thankful to Coach Mills. He had several teams that wanted to play. We have a very strong, good prior relationship, known each other for forever. And, I very much appreciate Wichita and specifically Coach Mills and his staff for picking us and playing us, because he didn't have to for sure. And it is a good thing for our program.
That's all I got, Coach. Really appreciate it.
Thanks. Good to see you. Thank you. And appreciate you being a part of this, Vince. Thanks. Appreciate all you do.